Hi guys, welcome to another video. We're back with the Hammerhead Corvette. This is the parts you need. Just do a quick pause on both these pages. You can also find this in the description of the video. So this is the tech we've got in this one. We just went with Photon Cannons and the Phasebeam Array. And yeah, I like the look of the Phasebeam Array. The part that they've made, it looks really cool, so I went with that one. So the supercharged slots are a little bit spread out on this one. So we got a few on the weapons and one on the engines. I stuck that Atlas figurine in there just to show you that you can boost your hyperdrive range slightly by putting that there. But you want to max out all your hyperdrive mods first before you think about putting that there. Otherwise it takes up valuable slot for hardly any gain. And of course, Polo and a Starship Trail adjacent to each other will give you a tiny bit more maneuverability. You see there I've taken it off. The maneuverability drops down slightly. When you put that back on, it jumps up a little tiny bit. Not much, but if you're maxed out, it'll add a little bit more. Okay, so that's the tech, and let's have a look at the interior. So, weapon rack, and there's the cockpit down below, hidden out the way from view. So, we went with the cockpit down below, but you could put it up front. I mean, you just build off that front hab and change the hammerhead design slightly. I wanted to go with a hidden cockpit and keep the clean look up front. So, I guess you call this Princess Leia's quarters, this bit, as this is based off the Tantive IV from Star Wars, this Corvette. So we've got a kind of a linear design on the interior. It's just halves in a straight line, unfortunately not out to the side, which would have been nice, but we've gone with this. I think you can do something with it. It looks quite good, I think. So these parts look quite cool. These tech panels, I like this. Can imagine a few crew members working this. And this is the war room. You got a view out. Got a few windows in this one, which is always nice. Put some windows in a Corvette. Really cool that you can leave the pilot seat and walk around inside your ship. So let's go down and see what she looks like from the pilot seat. So if you could like and subscribe, guys, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much to everyone that's subscribed so far. Yeah, so let's have a look at the what she looks like from the cockpit. So the view's not too bad with this cockpit, especially. You can see underneath, which is quite cool. So let's just look at the exterior. So that's what she looks like. So I'll have a little look around this before we get into the build. Alright guys, let's start the build. So we're gonna put down a mag-fuel landing thruster just to put some halves on, because we're gonna build up by 2 halves. That's where the build's gonna start from. So these halves are staying now. So 3 ambassador class halves, and then delete those ones. So walkway. 3 walkways, and I think it's 4 habs. So duplicate one and put it in front of that walkway. So I delete this landing thruster. You could leave it there for a while, but you want to delete that eventually. So plasma core, and then we're going to do start offset building. So put the trim piece on the side, and then put a plasma core on top, and then put a trim piece on the front of that, and then come down underneath with your plasma core and build forwards. Get some Speedbird nacelles. We use 8 on this front hammerhead section for these. Speedbird Nacelle Rims now. So 4 of these. And you could put like walkways, like a couple walkways either side of a cockpit, and then windows around it. It doesn't look too bad. It's not really. I decided to go with this instead and put the cockpit down below where I've put it. So now we're getting another plasma core so that we can attach a Speedbird nacelle to it, because it doesn't want to attach if there's nothing there. So put your 3 of those on, and delete that one and fill in that gap with another nacelle. Delete the plasma core there. That's a hammerhead section part done. Delete these ones now. Leave that. We're going to leave that middle one because that's where the Phasebeam Array is going to go. Yeah, we left that one there so that we could attach, because we want to offset these Speedbird dome sections. So that plasma core there that I'm building off now was offset before, so we left that there so we could attach these dome sections to it. So we're duplicating the top bit now underneath the walkway. This is our gun turrets. Right, now we've done that, we no longer need that plasma core to attach to, so we deleted it. Same for the bottom ones. So if you don't have that plasma core there, the Phasebeam Array just sort of hovers above it. If you want to, you could put like a azimuth class reactor, you know, the round ones. They look quite cool there, but the trouble is on the bottom it's upside down, so it doesn't look quite the same, so I went with the plasma cores. So now we're going to attach these Photon Cannon arrays. They just attach to the Speedbird Nacelle Rim underneath. I think that look really cool there actually. So Ambassador class cockpit and the landing bay. Another plasma core. This is where the ion barrier is going to go eventually. We're going to start offset building from there. So same as we did just now with the other parts up front, we're doing the same thing here. So looking for a Speedbird Fairing, I believe now. So attached to this plasma core. Now with that one's in place, we can delete the plasma core and put that one on the other side of it. Speedbird nacelles. So now we've got to build out from that plasma core and then offset the forwards. Plasma core underneath the cowling. Build down. Build out by 1 and then go down. So down 2 and then duplicate a nacelle and attach that to the those two plasma cores. So we deleted those and attached a couple more nacelles to the back of that. And delete those, and then build across to the other side with some more plasma cores, so duplicating, building across the other side and down again, just to replicate that side. Okay, so there's the cockpit, totally hidden away. So let's build across now with some more plasma cores. And down 2 again. So duplicate a couple more nacelle rims. Attach a couple more to the back. There we are. Going to replicate that now on the other side, so we can move these plasma cores across. And build down again. Just delete all these parts we don't need anymore. Keep that plasma core there. Okay, so time for the 11 Titan Heavy boosters that we're going to put here. It's the ion propulsion system on the Tantive IV. And it's quite important that they go in those two places, those the landing thrusters. So put a Zenith class reactor on that right landing thruster, and we're going to offset. So we put the cowling on the side of the Zenith class, then a Zenith class underneath the cowling. So as you can see, that's offset now, sideways to that thruster. So get your Titan Heavy booster, and that attaches to the side of that, left side of that reactor. And duplicate it and put one on the back, one on the left side of it, and delete that one so that we can attach another one to the left side. So I'll do this several times so you'll see the process. I think after a while it's quite easily repeatable once you get the hang of it. So another Titan booster, you see the arm of it on the side of that Titan booster attaches to the side of the Zenith class reactor. So you just have to keep putting one on the opposite side of where you put it last time to attach the booster, and then rotate the booster so that the arm is they both sort of like attached to each other in the middle. You'll see in a minute when I show you the boosters. I'll give you a view of it, where that arm that is attached to the side of that reactor. So you want to swap the other one adjacent to it so that arm meets in the middle. Doesn't have to be like that really. It just looks neater if it's like that. So just trying to get this reactor on the back of that one. So duplicated the Titan booster, and that attaches to the left side of that reactor again. So now duplicate, and we can actually move that across to the front, and you don't really have to delete that one there, as long as it moved out the way, so that you can put this Titan booster there because it's going in the spot that was spot that Zenith class reactor was in. So as you can see there, the arms are attached centrally in the middle on both boosters. Like they meet up. It makes it look a lot neater than if they're all on one side. So offsetting from that reactor that we left there, so we're now putting the 3 middle ones in. So you can put one on that side, then duplicate it, and put one on the other side. Turn it round so the arm is facing that way around. Now let's just move it to this side, or you could move it to the other side, depending on how you feel. To attach our middle Titan heavy booster. So now I'll turn that one round, and it attaches to that Zenith class reactor we put on that side. So let's delete all these extra ones. I'll put that one there because I'm going to put some of those reactors on those landing thrusters and build upwards as well, and put a couple more further up. So I'm just going to build up by 2, and then that one, top one's going to stay. Delete these ones. We're going to use the top ones to build off of with another part, where they also stay there in the final build as well. Alright guys, so that's the boosters done. So Speedbird Nacelle Rim, attach that to the front of that Zenith class reactor. So on both sides, and then build down 2 more from it, and delete the one in the middle. So a little view of the reactor and the nacelle attached to it. Speedbird Cowling, one on the top and one on the bottom. And now I use some Vesper Aerofoils just to finish off the side of those Speedbird Cowlings. 4 of those in total. So we're going to duplicate a couple of these Speedbird dome sections just to finish off the back of that part. And this is the radar domes which attach to the hab, on the side of the hab. So rounded windows, 10 rounded windows in total. And this is good now that they don't actually contribute to the complexity limit when you're building in this menu. There used to be a workaround where you could go and finalize the build and then go in on foot and place windows, and it wouldn't contribute to the complexity, but you don't have to do that anymore. So we placed our iron barrier now on top of that plasma core. And we're going to put a radiator vent here. So aileron cowlings now. This gives some nice structure to the back of the ship. Makes it look quite aggressive, I think. Couple more on the side on that hab. And then 2 more underneath on the turret. I'll just give a little look around here. And then finish off with 2 rounded windows. So that's the build complete, guys. Let's change the colour now. I'm going to go with the dark grey metallic finish. Tried some other colours, but in the end settled for this because the really the aileron cowling. I think the also I named this ship actually the Black Hammer, so I think it's got to be black, hasn't it? If it's called the Black Hammer. I used to play Destiny and Destiny 2 a lot, so that's where I got the name from. Plus it's a Hammerhead Corvette, so kind of fitting. Yeah, it's slightly unfortunate the middle booster doesn't work, not sure why that is. Maybe there's a limit on the amount you can have, so 10's the limit maybe. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. Okay, so just a little look at the technology straight after it's been built. This is what it should look like if you go with the same build as I'm going with. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. If you want to see any more builds like this, you can click on this playlist, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.